Okay, ladies and gentlemen, as many of you know, the price of gaming has gotten ridiculously high, which is why I'm making this video right now. The fact that we actually have games, including car races, that are $80 today is freaking ridiculous in this economic stress times. So, as a public service, I decided to let you guys know that there are a few games you can get right now on PC that came out in the last 2 years are absolutely free, that are actually better, in my opinion, than some games that are trying to charge you $80 for and some instances over $100 for. Well, further ado, we'll start off with Nightmare Kart, which is basically a kart racing game based off of PS1 graphics with characters that are very similar to those from Bloodborne. Actually, the same person that made this game is the same person that made Bloodborne made the Bloodborne PS1 remake a few years ago. That project got pulled from itch.io, but it's probably archived somewhere online if you want to play a version of Bloodborne on PC. Just saying. Well, anyway, yes, this is a kart racing game, very similar to a lot of PS1 and actually modern kart racing games, with a lot of features, some cool weapons, as well as some nice drift mechanics you see in a lot of more modern games. Tight controls, very polished, and actually better than some commercial games. You can see here I'm pretty much playing off with just a free race or free roaming version of the game. And there's actually a full story mode that even includes boss fights. I repeat, it includes boss fights. And of course it starts off with a tutorial, but the tutorial for this game isn't annoying. It's actually very brief, very short, just saves the basics, and it stops. Unlike another game which I'll be talking about later on. But anyway, let me shut up and let's just enjoy this footage. Chaos.
Hunter! Pocket Dream Circuit.
Okay, moving on to SuperTuxKart. Latest version was 1.5. As you can see here, they took a few cues from a lot of modern racing games, but doing a little open world variation for the story mode. So yeah, the difference is you're not paying you $80 for it, and it's a little bit more straightforward and not quite as irritating. And one thing you will notice off the rip is the fact that I actually am using some custom mods already before even so I'm using custom mods in story mode, which is a nice little feature they added in the TuxKart racing, and they actually remember my mods from previous versions, which is also a nice surprise. So you can see you kind of drive around the giant map, which unfortunately One little nitpick I have for that, you can get lost. You don't really pay attention to the little map indications on there while you're driving through it. But other than that, it's not that bad. And then, of course, you got to go to different areas to unlock different parts within the story mode. But on top of that, there's actually a full range arcade mode, which is a lot of time, which is like where most people are going to be playing the game anyway, which is definitely still top notch. Gotta love it. And I know they have pretty much taken a few cues from Mario Kart, specifically Mario Kart Wii, and as you mentioned earlier, a little bit from Mario Kart World. But yeah, you can see here you got the power-ups, different mascots, different open source projects, as well as fan-created characters that you'll see throughout this video, including Big Buck Bunny from that one video and a few characters from certain cartoons, which may or may not be open source. Just saying. Well, anyway, let me shut up and let you guys kind of get an idea of what Tux Kart Racing looks like. Not back and saying this is also a very free game and nicely polished game as well. For Halloween. Okay, I got the drift mechanics the wrong way. The Cybertruck. Woo! So that's one bug you might use the mouse every once in a while. Boom, 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 boom. As a public service announcement, I'm letting you guys know I'm about to start playing Dr. Robotnik's Ring Racers. I did not record, actually I recorded some footage of me doing a tutorial section. I pretty much deleted it because I was using a lot of profanity because that tutorial section in this game was, wow, it was something. Basically, I decided to give the tutorial version, the tutorial in this game, Dark Souls, Demon Souls-like difficulty, and you have to play the game is nowhere near as hard. and then they troll you non-stop to go through the tutorial section. I understand they're trying to make fun, poke fun of what's going on in the gaming industry right now, but dude, they overdid it and it literally brought the game down from being a 10 out of 10 almost onto a 3. Then I found there's a code Gaster to let you go ahead and skip it. If you're a masochist, I apologize, but if you're not, you're welcome. Anyway, let me shut up and show you the actual footage of the Robotniks, Ring Racers, and just the actual gameplay. Great game, all over. Just skip the tutorial, do not torture yourself. Alright, let me shut up and let you get to the footage. Finally.
First of all, if you start the game from fresh, you will have to do the tutorial. Unless you have the password of Gaster to skip.
Dude. Here. So you don't break your controller, type this in. Thank you! Finally. Thank you. That tutorial was beyond irritating. My goodness. Okay, this game is actually pretty good. But man, that tutorial, that was the ultimate troll. Finally, you can play a normal game. Oh yeah, you do get punished if you try to start too early. Yeah, the developer played a little too many Dark Souls games. Woo! Finally. No idea what that bonus stage was, man.